Welcome back, guys, to another episode in our endeavor to find the best, the most OP, the most dominant, perhaps even the most broken tank of each class in each tier. We are doing tier 7 now. We're in the middle of this series. We've done tier 10, 9, and 8. We're working on tier 7. We've already looked at light tanks. There was no broken, overpowered light tank. There was just a good balance of light tanks at tier 7. Not dominated by the wheeled vehicles. Let's look at the medium tanks here, and we're looking at the most extreme results. All these thousands and thousands of games that have been loaded here on World of Tanks replays, we can sort them to find the most amazing games played. Let's sort them by damage assist to start and see who had the top damage assist games. A Panther M10. How much damage assist did he do? Almost 5,000 damage assist. A Comet, a T20. Another T20, a Comet, a T20, a VK3002D, another Panther M10, a regular Panther, and a T43. An assortment of tanks on an assortment of maps, which is very good to see. Look at the range there of spotting. Anywhere between 3 and 4,000, plus or minus a bit, 5,000 spotting. Interesting. Let's sort by blocked damage. Block damage. A Panther M10 on the top again. Block damage. Do I have this right? A Panther M10 top blocked damage of this patch? Wow. He must have played that really well. Unbelievable. That's great. Panther, because the Panther M10 does not have a ton of armor. T43 third, VK3002D, a Panther, another VK, a Panther M10, an Eagle 7, another Panther M10, and another Panther. So I'd have to say the Panther M10 is dominant, perhaps the best at blocking damage with armor. That is surprising to me. With the top blocked damage, it's not a lot. It's 2,400 or so. Who is this? Or any other? Must be for me. Any other must be me. Let's sort by damage, because that's what this game is all about. Let's see who did the most damage. A VK3002D, top damage game. Comet, second. T20. Then the Leo. Interesting. A VK3002D next. Then another Leo. Then a Panther M10. This is good. There's an assortment of tanks here. A T20, a VK3002D, and another T20. 3 of the top 10 are VKs. 3 are T20s. We're going to watch the top 2 best games here. The VK game and the Comet game. And talk about the results a little bit. When you look at these extreme examples, these extreme games, the top 10 games, and we looked at 3 different categories. There's spotting, damage blocked, and damage done. We didn't see any one tank dominating 9 out of the 10 games, 8 out of the 10 games, which you see in some categories. You go to tier 10 and sort on medium tank damage blocked by armor, and 10 out of 10 of the top 10 results are Object 430U. You sort damage done for a tier 10 light tank, and look at the results, and 8 out of 10 of the top results are EBR 105. Tanks that are clearly broken, and you can tell that by the extreme results, because no other tanks can even if they have great games with great players, even if you are the best player in this game and you use your turret and you go hull down and use side scrape and you do everything properly, if you're in a Leopard, or if you're in an E50, or if you're in any other medium tank, you will not block more damage than an Object 430U. You may one game block more than an Object 430U that's played by a Muppet. You may, on average, do pretty good compared to an average player playing an Object 430U. But when you look at the extreme results, and the extreme results show you the greatest games where everything comes together, it accentuates the brokenness, and it just shows you that in certain categories, there's no match. And we've discovered some broken tanks in different classes that have, at different tiers, that are broken. You can watch the different series I've done in tier 10, tier 9, and tier 8. We're doing tier 7 here, and it's refreshing that for light tanks and medium tanks, we have not seen a clear domination of one tank in any particular category. Although I have to say the Panther M10 is probably, I go as far as saying the best at blocking damage. Not quite dominant and certainly not broken. But we were watching this game, and I was surprised to see a VK3002D as the top damage game this server. And because there were, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tanks in the top 10 results, 3 T20 games and 3 VK3002D games, which means these tanks are pretty good. They're not overpowered, they're not broken, but they're pretty good. And a good player will have good games in them. Why? Well, we're just watching this game, and it's got a pretty good gun. It has pretty good alpha. It's fairly mobile. It has decent armor. It actually ranked a couple of games in the damage block by armor. Let's see how he does this. Who is this guy? It's Black Prince. Reroll is his name. And he's already losing. This is one ingredient that's necessary. Oh, perfect. He's losing big time. It's 3-6. And I'm surprised the game doesn't just institute the DPM algorithm and just take you out and get this game over with, because you're losing 3-6. Your team has no map position. He's retreated to the only spot he can defend. And he has an injured crew member, and his health kit is on regen. And it's his gunner. What? How the hell is this going to be the highest damage game? Like, he can't hit anything with a dead gunner, can he? And he can't he can't pen the rear of that Russian tank, because why can't you? Why can't you pen? Look at this. Oh, of course he can't pen. Okay, it's over. I picked the wrong game. Obviously we're watching the wrong game. He can't hit anything. You've got to repair your gunner or whoever it is that's dead. He's got 4 more seconds on his health kit. 1, and he's missed again. He can't hit anything. Okay, he's used the health. He's used the health kit now. Oh, he's pinned. He's pinned. It's 5-8. Oh, there's nothing he can do now. Oh, your track's damaged. Come on, take him out, buddy. You got to take him out. Oh my God. What? I have not seen this game yet, guys. I'm watching it live with you guys. I can't believe it. He's down and out. He's pinned here. Are you kidding me? He's got 3 guys in front of him. This is as far back as he's going to fall off the cliff if he retreats any farther. One enemy is backing up. No, he's got another. There's 3 more. He had 4. Holy shit. Let's just watch. How is he going to do it? It was him versus 4 just on this hill. The gunner's wounded again. Why not? The dollars per minute algorithm has kicked in. The game is trying to make you lose. He's bouncing. He's doing the best he can here, guys. How does he get out of this? Shoot! You didn't scratch him. Dollars per minute. The game needs to end now. It's 6:10. How is this game still going? This guy's gonna ram you. Oh boy. Target across. No, you gotta aim. Don't! Is he gonna fall off the cliff? Weasel your way around him. No, don't die! They killed your driver. Are you freaking kidding me? He can't even drive. The T-150 missed. The main gun is destroyed. Are you freaking kidding me? Of course the target's he's got 2 dead crew members. His gun doesn't work. He's losing 9-12. The game is doing everything to try and make you lose. The dollars per minute algorithm. There, you can't even pen that guy. This is incredible. Black Prince, I can't believe it. You are my new hero. I can't believe what I'm watching. He's got a dead driver. You cannot pen the rear of tanks. It's insane. Unbelievable. I can't believe he survived that. Can you take this guy out? This game has done everything in its power to make you lose. Okay? The game algorithm decided that this game was over, and you've had 3 dead crew members. Your gun was knocked out twice. I don't know. Everything that could have happened happened. Everything that had a 10% chance of happening, 10% chance of an injured crew member, 10% chance of module damage. It happened like 10 freaking times in a row. You try and flip a coin. Flip a coin and see if you can get heads 10 times in a row. And then you tell me that the game was not trying to make this guy lose. The game was trying to RNG your ass. And somehow Black Prince Reroll has survived. This is incredible. And he's not done. He is not done, guys. He's over 4,000 damage in a tier 7 medium. And I'm excited because I don't know. Oh, wait, he's going to take this guy out now. Can you see him? Can you see him? Boom. Oh, boy. Target unlocked. Is there still... yeah, there's an artillery. He has to remain artillery safe. I'm watching this live with you guys. I don't normally just cherry pick the best games from a website to show on my channel. I usually show regular schmoes, you and me, and subscribers that try their best and have great games. But these extreme results always have three things in common. Number one, there has to be a good player. The guy driving has to be good. Okay, you can't accidentally do this, and you can tell he knows what he's doing. And number two is you have to have enemies that are utterly clueless, like the four that that tried to get him out of this spot. Look how he's angling his upper plate. This thing has a pretty good strong upper plate. The game is still trying to make it. Now, if you get another dead crew member or module damage, I'll just shit myself. He's angling they're shooting up at his angled upper plate, which makes it... Okay, wait, now the game's turned it around. I don't know how you hit that shot. But he knows they're shooting up at him. He angles the front plate and is ready to fire it up. He missed. Oh boy, he's YOLOing. You've used your repair kit. I hope he doesn't damage your engine now. And he rams him. Absolutely beautiful. So what were the three ingredients? You have to be a good player. This does not happen accidentally. Number two is the enemies have to be clueless Muppets. Like the, 7 or 8 guys that came up here one at a time to fight it. Well, what am I saying? They came 4 at a time. Maybe they weren't Muppets. Maybe in this particular game you are just really good. And the third ingredient that is absolutely necessary is you need to have, your team has to be, you need 14 Muppets on your team. You have to. Because if he had a decent team, the game, you know, they would have stolen some of his damage. If you have anyone who's competent on your team, even 1 or 2 guys that know what they're doing, it's hard to have a result like this because they will do some damage. So you're lucky, my friend, that your team was a collection of clueless morons that did nothing. The enemies were, well, let's just say they were Muppet enough not to all come together and actually shoot you. They took their turns coming up here. And number 3, you are just, you just had an amazing game. This is incredible, but it's not over. He could actually die. I don't even know. I have not watched this full replay. I watch them live. You get the raw live commentary from me when we do these analyses. And I got to say that Tier 7 is kind of a sweet spot for me in that after doing these videos for Tier 10, Tier 9, and Tier 8, looking at the most extreme results for each tank class, it was obvious to me that Tier 8, 9, and 10 are infested with overpowered broken tanks. Like the light tank classes, Tier 8, 9, and 10, the EBRs have broken everything. So it's a waste of time playing normal light tanks at those tiers, especially in the case where you're the light tank and the matchmaker says, oh, well, you're a light tank. The enemy team needs a light tank, so let's put one on the enemy team, and it happens to choose an EBR as your counterpart, Tier 8, Tier 9, or Tier 10. If that happens, you're a detriment to your team. If you roll out in a RU-251, Tier 10, or Tier 9 German light tank, and the matchmaker puts an EBR 90 on the enemy team, you're screwed, and so's your team. Unless the enemy EBR driver is a Muppet. So, Tier 8, 9, and 10 are... light tank gameplay has been destroyed. So is every other tier or every other class game, but specifically for light tanks. There's some broken medium tanks at tier 9 and 10 as far as armor blocking and damage dealing. Tier 7 so far seems, because the multiple tanks showing up in the different categories, not all dominated by one, seems pretty balanced. And tier 7 is still a fun tier to play. And I think Black Prince Reroll is having fun here. He's trying to figure out how does he get this SPG without taking it. No, he wouldn't. Well, could he? He might be able to do it. Just how many kills does that SPG have? I don't know. Can he just do it? Yeah, just do it. Just target. Yeah, just do it. Beautiful! You are my new hero. The game did everything in its power to try and make you lose, buddy. I've never seen so many more. Look at that. 5,701 damage for a tier 7 medium tank. I've never seen more module damage and more crew member damage than I saw in that game. Well, and he came out on top. Incredible. And I always see that when the game is lost, when you're losing by a lot of tanks, the client just says, okay, it's time for you to be, you're on fire, your ammo racked, your loader's dead, well, why not your driver? And everything that hits you, even though it only has a 10% chance of happening, it's like a snowball. Let's get this game over quickly. You've lost. Let's increase the dollars per minute. The game needs to, because on average people lose credits playing games. So there's no sense letting this one go on for 14 minutes. Let's end it. Let's end it now. Your ammo wrecked again. Your loader's dead. The loader bought the farm. It's unbelievable how often that happens. But anyways, let's move on here. I think he wants his name to be Destroyer. He's spelt it with a 3. Destroyer in the Comet. How did the Comet make it? The second highest damage game for a tier 7 medium tank this patch. Oh, he's driving. First hit. He gets his first kill, and he's had to use his med kit. It just goes to show one of the reasons to pack. They want you to pack a large med kit and a large first aid kit, you know. They're more expensive, but they work better. Not only do they decrease the likelihood of getting the module damage, they can repair multiple modules or heal multiple crew members at once. Now, why is the Comet? Not surprising that the Comet is in the top second highest damage game, because the Comet has fantastic DPM. There you go. It is a tank that requires a lot of dabbing the 2 key in order to make it work, because it just does not have very good penetration on the regular round. And he is spamming APCR like a motherfucker. He started the game spamming APCR. He's pressed number 2. He's only got 14 of those. He's going to, obviously, if this is one of the highest damage games, second highest, he's going to churn through all his APCR and then think, oh man, usually I'm dead by now. I should load all APCR for the next when I roll out in my Comet again. And it's a great tank. Don't get me wrong, guys. And it's not overpowered. It's not dominant. It's not the best. You look at the results. It just happened to be. It had one of the top 10 in top 10 damage. There was only one Comet game. It's this one. Happened to be the second best, and we're watching it. And he's in a position here where he can just unleash his DPM on Muppets that are sitting in the open, right? And this is the common. You just need enemies like that. You need enemies that are just going to sit there in front of your gun. Like, what are these guys even doing? No, they don't know. Nobody knows, right? They're not in the buildings. They're not backed up. They're not hulled down. They have no idea. And you know what, buddy? You're churning through your ammunition, taking these blind shots, and you're going to run out, or you would have done a lot more damage. Like, these guys have backed up, so they're not even in cover. How many times do you have to get hit before you back up? How many times do you poke? You know, if you're hit, I've only been hit 5 times. Let me poke again. It's just ridiculous. But this is what it takes. The refreshing thing is I believe that this could have happened with a Comet, a VK, a T20, a Leo. A lot of tanks could do what he's doing right here. This is not an example of an overpowered tank that dominates no matter what. You know, Object 430, you pull up on heavy tank alley on Himmelsdorf, hide behind little piece of rubble, bounce 10,000 damage, kill 8 enemies. No problem. It's not overpowered, broken like that. This is just an example of the right guy in the right place at the right time. His teammates aren't doing the damage, so he's doing the damage. The enemies aren't hiding, so he's shooting them. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful to see, Destroyer. Come on. You can't hide there for the rest of the game and have the second highest damage game on the server. I think I'll poke again. I was only hit 7 times. Oops, I'm hit again. Should I just stay here? He's only got... You're running out of ammo, buddy. You're running out of ammo. And there's still 10 enemies. Now he's being more careful with his aiming. Boop. Got him. He doesn't have a lot of ammo. How much damage does he have so far? Well, 3,300, but he's probably got a little bit of blind shots. A few blind shots. And there's this guy. I think I'll poke again. Why can't I have enemies like this? I will just sit here. How many times do I have to get hit before I reverse so I'm an easier shot? Guys, I just don't know what's going on. I just don't know what's going on. I used to see games like this. I used to watch other content providers that would just sort through a website, find the best game and show it, do commentary and talk about, look at the DPM. It's amazing. Oh, he's putting the shell velocity. With this, after dabbing the 2 key, the shell velocity will make it easier for him to, he does not have to lead the target. And, oh, look, he's going to unleash his amazing DPM. And I'm watching the replay thinking, there's 15 clueless enemies sitting there in front of his gun. He's shooting them over and over again. Not one of them has backed up. None of them have got into cover. What the hell is even going on here? This is like 1 in a million. Will never happen again. The only way this game can be repeated is if you get these same 15 Muppets that he's been fighting, the enemies, if you get these same 15 clueless players that are driving in the open, and you put them on the same team again, what's the chance of that happening? If you put these same 15 Muppets on the same team, and then you put the same pretty much 14 teammate Muppets who aren't capitalizing and put them on his team and replay this game again, then he has a chance of duplicating it. But with any other players, any other circumstances, this is the 1 in a million. Not to take anything away from you, Destroyer. You're doing a fantastic job. You have done exactly what you should do, and that is keep firing your gun and and just farm. Farm. Look, you've got a Tog. What has the Tog done? The Tog has donated his HP to the enemy team while you farmed everyone. That is a heavily armored TD, and he's only got 7 shots left, and he's finally realizing, oh boy, I'm running out of ammo. Okay, let's take the shots on this guy. 1 and 2. Make them count now, buddy. You've got 5 shots left. I will endeavor to say that if he was more careful with his blind shotting, of course you don't know this when the game starts, right? You just shoot, and I blind shoot all the time. He didn't know that he would be in this position. But if he was more careful with his shots, don't take it. You don't take the shot. You need to close the gap now. Use your seat. You wasted a shot. If he was more careful with his shooting, he would have had the top damage game ever played in a Comet, or at least in this patch. Because the shots he's missed have been the blind shots, or the ones he's rushed. He didn't know that he wouldn't have enough ammo. Like, look at this. You've only got 3 shots, or you would have farmed this guy completely, my friend. Unbelievable. Refreshing to see. Tier 7 is the sweet spot. Guys, if you've enjoyed this replay, Please subscribe to my channel and support the channel. We're going to keep going. Tomorrow we're going to look at heavy tanks. The day after that we're going to look at TDs and then SPGs. And he's waiting. He's waiting to get the last kill with his last shot. Way to go, Destroyer. Can he time it perfectly? Your team of Muppets is not helping you much here. He's waiting still. He's waiting. Come on, wait. What? Let them hit. Yes! Oh, he didn't get it. He tried. He missed it by 11. Did he low roll? I don't know. It was a great game. Either way, my friend, 5,842. Incredible game. And thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We will catch you again tomorrow. And we will continue this series with heavy tanks.